Okay, I'm making this video on how I rat with my Ishtar, make money, and how I know when to dock and when to stay out. So hopefully this will help many people. So first things, I use two different programs. I use SMT. Um, I like SMT, but the only thing that I don't like is it doesn't give me a little window to pop up to show me when people are near, and it does not tell me how far away they are. It just gives a real loud alert noise. And when I am multi-boxing, like mining or whatever, then I can't have SMT on one of my monitors. I have to have it in the background, so I also use Near 2. But anyway, how SMT works is it just goes from your intel. So when somebody is reported in a system, it'll highlight that system. It'll be a big red or yellow circle around it, and it kind of shows you how far off these reports are from where you are at. Now, the other thing that I use that I really like is Near 2. And the thing I like about Near 2 is it gives me a little radar window that pops up. It's like 2 inches by 2 inches, but it pops up. I can hover over a little pop-up and it'll tell me what the intel is, but more importantly, it also tells me how far away. It has random different things, but basically there is a newt 3 systems away. A bogey has been reported 2 systems away, but it'll give you warnings on where they're at and how far away. Now, granted, those are just basically like backups, because ultimately you need to be watching your intel here, right? You need to be watching your own intel. If you see them in local, then you have a good chance of getting tackled. So if you did not know they were coming until they're in local, you have a good chance of getting tackled. So here, I kind of see where they're at, how far they're off. You'll get to know the different systems, but what I have is I have a thing that tells me the route, how far away they are. So I know the tribute is going to be closer. So these guys are 8 jumps out. So I'm not overly worried about 8 jumps. I don't even get warnings until 6 jumps. Okay. And then over here, they are in Geminate, so they're a ways out. Even though it shows 6 jumps, I know that from FH to Vorm, the only way to make that jump is through the Alliance Ansiblex, and the newts cannot use that. So I know that I have a lot more cushion than 6 jumps. All right, so the next thing that I do is, after I make sure that nobody is nearby, then I will go ahead and undock. But before I go anywhere and do anything, I am going to filter out my anomalies and I am going to look. So I have no signatures, no cosmic signatures, so I know there are no wormholes in this system. If I am just using my Ishtar, then I don't worry about the nearby systems. But if I have a carrier or orca or something like that out, I will check. So now that I know that there's no wormholes in here, I am the only one in local. So what I'm going to do is I don't have to worry about landing on somebody already in one. I'm going to go to the hub and I will warp in at 30 kilometers. All right. I use a speed tank, and I will list this in the video, but I have 100 MN Afterburner, so my speed helps keep them from hitting me. All right, and so I orbit at 30. So when I land, I grab a rock. I immediately, as soon as I can, I click orbit. I have it preset. I take my drones out. I put on my Afterburner so I can get my sig radius going, and then I get these guys going. As soon as they start to attack me, my drones will go. If you get your drones out and your Afterburner on before they start targeting you, then they will not hit your drones. If they are already targeting you and attacking you when you pull your drones out, they are going to switch to your drones, and you don't want that because with an Ishtar, that is your damage. All right, so the Forsaken hub, I like it because number one, there's no triggers, and while it will not make quite as much money as a Haven or a Sanctum, it is not usually the first anomaly that somebody will jump into when they're hoping to tackle somebody. 9 out of 10 times they are going to hit the Havens first, and so every little bit of extra chance to get away you have is better. So I have don't have to worry about that. The other thing is I know how many waves there are. There are no triggers, so I don't have to worry, oh, if I hit this guy first, he's going to trigger a second wave on top of the first one. And then the other thing, there are 7 waves. All right, no, 6 waves. The first 3 waves have no scrams or webs. All right, now the Havens have a lot of scrams and webs. There's a lot of waves with that. But the Forsaken hubs only has the 4th and the 6th. So the first 3, I don't even bother targeting my drones onto anything. I just let them auto target. They're going to go with who's closest to me. I know this is quite a ways away. I'm going to check this one here. That's gemming it. So I'm not going to worry about them. So I just let the drones do their thing. Now on the 4th and the 6th wave, when the frigates spawn, I target them first. I manually take them out. I do not want to be scrammed or webbed by an NPC, because if I have the misfortune of having somebody land in and they are just lucky enough to pick the right anomaly and get in there, I don't want to already be scrammed and webbed when they land. So that's another reason why I go ahead and I will attack them first. Now I also have bookmarks. I have a safe and I have the Fortizar. You know, you could make it any one of the ones. Sometimes when you're panicked and you got people coming in, you might not be able to find your thing quick enough here. You're panicking and you got a lot of stuff out there. I like it here. I click on it one time so it's highlighted, and so now I know if somebody lands, I am going to hit F1 and I am going to hit dock, and I'm just going to go. I'm not going to worry about my drones. Losing 10 mil in drones versus a 180 plus mil ship, I'd rather lose the drones. So I try to make sure that I am in the know at all times. I keep an eye on my intel and keep an eye on local, but more intel than anything else. I have my safe and my jump there. I have a cloaking device. It's just a, you know, T1 cloak. I don't need anything else. If there's a bunch of guys and I'm worried about maybe them having dropped a drag bubble or something, I'm just going to warp to a safe and cloak up and wait. I don't have to worry about it or anything else. So really that's my safety precautions. I keep an eye on SMT. Here was somebody who's recorded. They're way out there. I'm way over here. So, you know, I don't have to worry as much. And that's pretty much all I do. I just keep an eye on things. I click them, especially if I can't remember exactly. That's tribute. So I know they are 6 jumps out. So I got to be a little bit careful. But again, I'm not going to worry. They are 6 jumps away. When they are getting 1 to 2 jumps out, that is when I am going to start looking at docking up. Now, granted, if I have a capital ship or something bigger, more expensive, an orca, rattlesnake, marauder, you know, I am going to dock up a little bit earlier. But with an Ishtar and 180 mil, they're fairly quick and warp. I'm not going to worry. I believe this is gem in it. I'm not going to worry. Yep, gem. Too much about them being more than 1 or 2 out. And at 1 or 2, I still have plenty of time to get out. And that's the thing. You just have to be aware of what's going on near you and around you. And it's just that, you know, that awareness. All right. Near to and SMT, they are backups. Your main way of knowing when people are getting close is you watching. All right. You are the main thing. Those are just aids to help you in case you overlooked something or whatever. I do not AFK rat. If I am going to get up from my seat, I am going to dock up before I do it. Okay, this is my 3rd wave. I know the next wave after this is going to have scram and tackle frigates. But I never rat unattended. Easy way to die. You can't depend on intel 100%. If there's nobody in the system, they're not going to be able to type in intel when somebody's there. If they are AFK, they're not going to be able to type into intel that somebody's there. All right, so you have to be ready to go, ready to you leave at a second's notice. All right, and you got to remember too, you are in a ratting ship. All right, you are not fit for PvP. So you, most likely, unless they are in a poorly fit ship or just not good, you are going to die if you try to take on a PvP ship. So there is no shame in docking up. No shame at all. All right. So I have 2 more battleships here and then 3 battle cruisers, and then that next wave will spawn and I will manually target and send my drones to kill the frigates first. There is 2 frigates that are more likely to scram or web you than the others. The invaders and the infiltrators, I don't think I have ever been scrammed by. I think I have been webbed by them, but I don't think they've ever scrammed me. There's the imputer, which has scrammed and webbed me before, and offhand, I think it's the irrigator or something like that. We'll find out when they spawn, but I believe that is the other one that has a high chance of scram and web. But by attacking them first, I will hopefully have them dead long before they get close enough to scram me, and then there is much less likely chance of getting killed if a newt shows up without warning. And remember, a wormhole can spawn at any time. All right, so just because you checked at the beginning doesn't mean don't go back and check again. All right, keep your eyes open. Being vigilant is the name of the game when you want to rat and make money and keep your ratting ship alive. Vigilance. Always keeping an eye on your intel, keeping an eye on where people are. These guys here are far enough off. Again, FH to Vorm is an Ansiblex, which is basically blue only, so the bad guys can't use it. So they are a ways off, I don't have to worry. And in just a minute, the next group will spawn and we'll go ahead and take out the frigates first. right, one more. And now I will target them. Okay, the irrigator, I know he scrams and webs a lot, and the imputer. So those are going to be my first ones. Hopefully, one of those targeted and attacked me first, and they'll already be gone. Infiltrator, I don't worry about too much. These guys I do, and these guys definitely here. These two are the ones that I know I have been scrammed and webbed by before. Infiltrators, generally not. I think I might have been webbed by them before, but not scrammed. But I take them out just to be on the safe side. The two ones with frigates, when they spawn, generally will have 3 to 4 frigates and 3 to 4 battleships. So really, that's about it. When I get into the very last spawn wave, I get down to my last battleship, I will go ahead and click on the next one. I will align there. I will turn off my afterburner so that my drones can catch up earlier, because there's no need to speed tank when it's just one battleship. And as soon as those drones are in, I warp off to the next one so I can keep my ticks as high as possible. That's the whole point of ratting. So that's it. I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. If you have any questions, please, by all means, ask away. Hopefully this helped. And that's it. Thank you.